Jody Vance, as expected, was the focal point of Alaska's attack in the first quarter, guarded by Rudy Hatfield. Jody Vance finishing the first half with 7 points. Ginebra led by 2 at the end of the first, 18-16. And then in the second quarter, J.J. Hildebrand, by the way, had 6 points in the first half. In the second quarter, the Aces tried to keep in step here with Ginebra.
Well, here's L.A. Tenorio hitting it from the outside. Not as active as we had expected, but L.A. Tenorio is top scoring for Alaska with 8 points. No player has scored in double figures so far in this game. It's been that kind of game, very defensive oriented.
And neither of us are actually surprised with the way things have turned out. Low scoring, very tough defense played by both teams. And I think that will be backed up by things that were noted in the Dean's list. And we're about to check the Dean's list for both squads.
Well, let's find out what happened with Alaska first. Is this going to be the end to the woes of Alaska? Remember, they did come off that 4-game losing streak to win its last game. Disrupt and distract. Well, it hasn't really happened because Alaska, in fact, has even more turnovers than Ginebra. Oh my gosh. What about precise execution? Now, that is a stat that Alaska can build on. So even if they're behind by 2 points at this stage, the fact that they've been able to hold Ginebra to less than 30% shooting, that's a very, very positive sign for Coach Tim Cohen. Of course, they haven't really been able to cash in on those free throws. They haven't been making too many of those free throws, but then neither has Ginebra.
Ito naman ang Dean's list for the Gin Kings.
Well, if it's payback time for them, they've got all 3 check marks here. Their offense has been at full throttle, although you really can't say that with 4 fast break points, that's really a big check mark. It's just a check mark because at least they have more fast break points than Alaska's too. They've been able to, well, more or less silence the speaker with 7 points and 11 rebounds. You know that Devans averages 21 points a game. So at this juncture of the game, he should already be in double figures, but not yet. Devans has had to bleed for his points. He's had to put the ball on the floor going up against an array of defenders, including Rudy Hatfield and Willie Wilson. And of course, they've been able to be tough underneath the boards because right now Ginebra is +3 in that department, in the rebound department, and in second chance points, they are +4. You know, in a close game, those stats, no matter how small the difference, will count.
That is so true, especially in a low-scoring game like this one. L.A. Tenorio and the rest of the Aces hoping to score back-to-back wins after losing 4 straight.
You know, the lineup that I thought raised a lot of eyebrows and also had a little bit of success for Alaska was when they had the huge front line with Sonny Toss, Eman, and Jody Vance playing together.
Well, right now, as Baguio scores, Tim Cohen is back to the starting unit. Baguio, Tenorio, Toss, Devans, and De La Cruz. For Ginebra, they have Hildebrand, Hatfield, Ronald Tubid, who did not start this game, kasama si Villanueva, at si Willie Miller. Now here's Baguio.
Tubid is now going 0 out of 7 from the floor. And if you combine that with 0 out of 4 for Rudy Hatfield, and Jimbo Aquino 0 out of 3, that's a lot of players not able to score field goals for Ginebra.
And Hildebrand addressed that actually during that halftime interview, and he said that they're getting shots. They're just not making all the shots. Now, meantime, here's Miller. Alaska na, lamang dito, 36-34. First time ng Alaska makatikim ng kalamangan. Basketball can, according to our Chief Justice tonight, Art Herrera.
And Tubid just missed another shot, so he's now going 0 out of 8. But that's not going to stop him from shooting. He will continue to try.
Over a minute having gone by here in the third quarter. Villanueva. There's a push coming from Sonny Toss. Meantime, let's go to Patricia.
Miko, assistant coach Juno Soler shared with me that they need to keep their intensity and their defense locked. Just like what Kinito said, they also noted how Alaska played 3 bigs, which they hardly do, so Ginebra's ready to change their defense, and they discussed that in the locker room. Offensively, they're not into their regular flow like in their win streak. They're breaking down too early, and they gotta watch out for that, Miko.
Well, that's what Ginebra wants. They want to go back to what has led to their winning ways.
You know, that's right. For Barangay Ginebra, what they need to do is to get their usual production from the guards. I mean, that's where they generate their offense. And for the guards to have their opportunity to score, they need to have, number 1, nice transition opportunities. Number 2, open shots from the outside, like that one. Except that didn't fall inside. I think it's also important that they get second chance opportunities, like what Rudy Hatfield just gave Ginebra. So it's that kind of scrappy play that Coach Joseph Chico was saying. And it goes back to what Patricia just mentioned, that they need to have that intensity on the floor.
Here's Tobit.
He could have traveled. But anyway, he didn't make the shot. He's now 0 out of 9.
We're tied at 36. Maritos. Oh, blocked by Rudy Hatfield, but there's a foul here. Second person na laban kay Hatfield. And this will send Sunny Toss to the line as we go to Mika Abisabis.
Alright, well, I talked to Coach Luigi Trillo, and as expected, the Aces are having problems with the guards of Ginebra. Now they have to find a way to control this problem and let them know that they are being controlled. Another problem is their ball handling. They gotta take care of that ball to wake up their offense. Miko, Kinito?
Coach Luigi Trillo and the Aces try to be very methodical, as they always are. They had 10 turnovers in that first half, which is why they try to address that ball handling issue as well. Now here's Miller. No go. Rebound. Hatfield. Put back. No go. And Rudy Hatfield remains scoreless in this ball game. Aces, lamang ng dalawa. Toss. Nice move inside, and the putback is good para kay quarterback. Apat na ang kabate ng Alaska dito, 40-36. We'll be back with more Sunday big time action after these. Congratulations kay Joseph Aquino, Ryan Chu, and Richard Cruz. Sila po ang nanalo sa ating Flex for 6 promo, and they all voted for Peter Jun Simon as best player of the week. Yeah, so just go to our website and then click on the Flex for 6 icon to join the promo. Just select the best player of the week. And who knows, you might win tickets to watch PBA games live. You may even approach Kinito and yes, and share your comments or complaints. As you look at Commissioner Attorney Chito Salud watching the proceedings.
You know, the good thing about Attorney Salud, Commissioner Salud, is that he is such a big fan of the game. So
he grew up with the game.
Exactly. When he's here in the PBA watching the games, he's not only keeping tabs of how the officiating is doing and how the games are going, how to make the games more exciting, but he's not just because he's a commissioner, but because he wants this league to progress and to grow and to expand because he's a fan.
Need that this foul against Cyrus Baguio. First person na laban kay Baguio. Enrico Villanueva on the line. Back in 2002, both Villanueva and Baguio were part of the UAP mythical team, along with guys like Mike Cortez, James Yap, and Rich Alvarez. Now, meantime, here's Tenorio. Runner is good.
No, they're not going to waste any time. LA Tenorio wants to pick up the pace now, and he's seeing that the Ginebra defense a little slow in coming down to set up.
Villanueva really showing renewed enthusiasm here in the Philippine Cup, now in double figures with 10 points.
Especially coming off a nice 12-point game last time out against Air 21. I think Coach Joseph De Chicos realizing that he can actually produce a lot more than what he's used to producing. Oh, last touch there on Cyrus Baguio.
Check this out. Nice pass to Sonny Tos, but a nicer shot block by Rudy Hatfield. Ayun,
Yeah.
malinaw. Last touch.
Clear. Baguio actually pointing to Rudy Hatfield. But yung nabanggit natin about Enrico Villanueva, I think that's a very, very positive sign because it's all about getting the coach's trust and confidence. As you see, talking about Enrico Villanueva, getting another 2 points. They're looking to him. They're setting him up, and they know that he's a power player, so why not go to him? Because he gives you a high percentage shot. You see that drop pass coming from Rudy Hatfield. Enrico Villanueva, that's the second time that he has scored with the left hand.
Labang pa rin ng Alaska, 42-40 with over 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Aces go to Sonny Tos.
And there's no double team on Sonny Tos.
And Sonny will miss.
Yeah.
And they'll say last touch on Tos.
And that's good defense by Rico Villanueva and a good gamble on the part of Barangay Ginebra not to double Sonny Tos, make him go 1-1. And if Tos goes 1-1, you know that that ball is not going to go to Joe Devance or L.A. Tenorio, who are more dangerous scorers.
And finally, Ronald Tobid.
He's 1 out of 9 now. But he bled for those 2 points. And here they go again, trying to run the triangle. But this time I think Sonny's going to look to pass. He's not going to look to try to score.
Look out.
Oh, here we go.
Look out. And Ginebra with the interception. And here comes Miller. Bullet pass inside. Tobid will score.
Oh, you gotta love it. Willie Miller with a pass. Woo!
Willie Miller steps on the brakes. Bullet pass inside. Tobid with back-to-back baskets. And Ginebra is back on top, 44-42. And now we're inside a 30-second timeout. Brought to you by Handy Fix, the first aid ng bahay mo. Bonds all, seals all. And suddenly the Barangay Big Dome coming to life here.
Well, presiding in that uprising of Barangay Ginebra, none other than Rico Villanueva. He made that play possible. He poked the ball out of the hands of Sonny Tos, who couldn't decide whether to go to the basket or to pass off. And he couldn't pass off to a clear receiver because the Ginebra defense was there, well aligned to cover any possible open man.
Oh, the Aces. Oh, the Bats.
Yes.
They have traveled on that play.
Could have. Or maybe not. No, I think that, no. Looking at it again, no, I don't think so. That was a good shot. A little awkward looking, but he made it 2 points. That was legit.
And he has 11 points. Tight situation here para sa Ginebra, and it's a turnover. So we're tied at 44. Halos nakakalahati na tayo dito sa third quarter. Baguio against Tubig. Here's Tos. De La Cruz over Miller.
Yes. He's got the height advantage over Willie Miller. And a nice pass coming from Tos.
Balikan lamang sa Alaska, 46-44. Halfway through the third. And Rudy Hatfield splits the defense, slicing through for the layup.
And Rudy Hatfield telling Joe Devance, you're not the only one who can put the ball on the floor. And by the way, for Rudy Hatfield, I think that might be his first 2 points. Yes. His first field goal conversion of his game.
Tenorio is down. Here's Cyrus Baguio.
That's so strong.
And Tubid is down. And here's De La Cruz. And De La Cruz will miss. One more try. And it goes in. And action has been frenetic here in the third. Balikan lamang sa Alaska, 48-46.
And Mrs. Kerry Utaisu applauding that effort on the part of Tony De La Cruz.
Here's Miller on the right side. Shot clock down to 10. Ginebra down by 2. Miller to Hatfield. A tight pass. At tumama sa paa ni Rudy Hatfield for a turnover. And Hatfield will step out of the court. Eric Menk and Mike Cortez are back in the game along with Willie Wilson. So Villanueva, Hatfield, and Helterbrand are all back to the Ginebra bench. For Alaska, Bonbon